As humans, we have a lot to do. Schoolwork, chores, projects, hobbies. As it turns out, our hormones are working just as hard. Cortisol is often known as the stress hormone because our bodies release cortisol in response to a stressor, whether that be an approaching deadline or quickly approaching bear. In response, the body is flooded with cortisol and the cells get to work. Almost all your cells are responsive in some way to cortisol. During a stress reaction, cortisol binds to cells that store glucose, causing them to rapidly release sugar into the bloodstream. Cortisol also binds to insulin, preventing the uptake of glucose from the blood into storage cells. This gives your muscles the extra jump they need to get you out of harm's way. Cortisol doesn't just work when you're stressed. In times of peace, it continues to help regulate metabolism, water balance, and blood pressure. Now, no one wants to be stressed all the time, which is why there are certain brain structures that monitor levels of cortisol and adjust the amount of hormones they are producing. This change is then picked up by the main producer of cortisol, the adrenal glands. Both the hypothalamus and the pituitary gland in the brain keep an eye on hormone levels in the body and make sure they don't get too out of hand. Then, the adrenal glands can step in and secrete whatever amount of cortisol is best for the scenario. When cortisol gets out of control, the body responds, and not in ways that most people find enjoyable. One problem with overproduction is that it can lead to Cushing syndrome. This is characterized by rapid weight gain, muscle weakness, easily bruised skin, and diabetes. Even without Cushing syndrome, the prospects aren't fantastic, with anxiety, depression, heart problems, and trouble sleeping resulting from the stress signal always being switched on. Clearly, stress is better in moderation. Damage to those oh-so-important adrenal glands is also a problem. A life with no stress hormone may sound pretty great, but fatigue and general weakness are undesirable side effects. Addison's disease is also linked to an underproduction of cortisol by the adrenal glands, and an Addisonian crisis, which occurs when an individual with low cortisol secreting ability experiences an extremely stressful situation, can be life-threatening. As you can see, cortisol is incredibly important in the body, and shifts in the production of this hormone can have disastrous side effects. So next time you're experiencing stress, take a moment to be thankful for the response of your body. Cortisol is helping keep you safe in dangerous situations as well as in everyday life, despite its reputation of only causing the negative aspects of stress.